presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. It is that time again. High school football is back on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's the Newcastle Racers, the Classen SAS Comets on a Friday night at Moses Miller Stadium in the state capital, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Josh Calloway on hand, alongside my partner in crime, Billy Collier. Carson Wade on the production. Uriah Martinez up top working camera for us. Billy, we're refreshed. We're recharged after the bye week. We're excited for the stretch run here. 4 games left to go in the regular season. Starts tonight. This is kind of the stretch run to the postseason. Here we go. It's a little bit of a bite in the air tonight, a little bit of a chill. It feels like important football weather.
It feels like football.
Yeah,
it really
does.
I mean, think about it. You think about a traditional. You know, it's chilly. It's cool. We had to turn off the air conditioner. We have jackets with us. We're looking at it. You're looking through the film. We're looking at a grass field. I believe it's for the first time this year. I'm not sure anybody else has had grass field. And so we're excited about that, and it just feels like football. You're right. That rest last week just was so good, so just welcoming.
Yeah, 100%. You know, we talked about it before the bye when we did the Midwest City game 2 weeks ago. It's rare that typically the bye is, after game 1, game 2. Right. So the opportunity to come back after a late break in the action and be refreshed, get some key guys back, which we'll get into. Some key names are back for this team, and get ready for the stretch run here. And, the last couple of weeks, since we left off that big win over Midwest City, we were feeling like, things were in good shape for Newcastle moving forward. The results the last couple of weeks have been pretty friendly, and so you're kind of looking at things, if you're Newcastle right now, saying this team has got a lot out in front of them right now. So, and we'll get into all that here on the pregame show, but I think with rest up after the bye, playing good football, getting some key guys back, the way the standings are kind of going, I think if you're a Racer fan, you're feeling really confident and feeling good about things right now.
Yeah, really confident, to the point of almost afraid to feel too confident.
I know, yeah.
We did. We felt after we beat Midwest City, good, solid team, good, solid wins up to that point. Just good job. And then you see Bishop McGinnis go down the week after to that Midwest City.
Right.
You see how it's a close fight last night. And so now you're like, maybe.
Yeah, like, hold on a second.
That's right.
Yeah, 100%. So we're looking forward to the rest of this season. It starts tonight. 4 games left for the regular season, then the postseason on November 15th. So we're looking forward to that later on in the year. It's going to be a fun finish to the season. We're fired up, and we're excited about it. So we're here tonight in Oklahoma City, Moses Miller Stadium, Newcastle in Classen SAS. This is the one team that we're kind of familiar with, and the one team that moved with us up to 5A, and so we've been out here before, and we're looking forward to getting after it here in about 25 or so minutes from now as the Racers take on the Comets. This is the Countdown to Kickoff presented by Oklahoma Abstract and Title. Great real estate services from ownership lists, title reports, abstracting, construction binders, owner and mortgagee title insurance, closing coordination, closings, and monitoring delivery dates. Regardless of how complicated or simple your title problem is, they can help. Give them a call at 405-348-8605. All right, we're going to step aside here. We'll come back. Bill and I will dive into some of those players that are on their way back for Newcastle. We'll look ahead to tonight's matchup. Of course, we'll also take a peek at the standings, the schedule the rest of the season, all that good stuff coming up next right here on the Newcastle Racers pregame show on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success, and finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
Back at Moses Miller Stadium in Oklahoma City, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle Racers pregame show getting you set for some Friday night football on OSN. We're one of only 3 games on OSN tonight because everyone was yesterday.
That's right.
And I kind of didn't even realize, honestly, because we've known the schedule all year, that this is fall break. So almost everyone played yesterday. So we're kind of one of the only games in town tonight.
Right. It almost seemed like it was fall break for everybody but Newcastle.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we are one of the few ones, and I didn't realize that either until you started looking yesterday at all the scores and stuff, and you're like, holy cow, there's a lot of games.
Yeah, 100%. And so we'll get a look at the district standings in just a second. Everyone in the district was yesterday. So as far as the standings perspective goes, we'll have a very clear picture because, again, we're the only game going on tonight. Before we do that, though, let's take a look at the schedule ahead. This is the rest of the season here. Like we said, we're on the stretch run. 4 weeks left in the regular season, including tonight. The next 2 weeks are the big ones. Lawton MacArthur next Friday night, way out there at Cameron, before Bishop McGuinness comes to the Castle on November the 1st. And then we'll end with Southeast at home on the 8th. The playoffs start November 15th. So Newcastle is hoping that's going to be a home game for the Racers on the 15th. But 4 games left, Billy, coming off the bye. A couple of big ones the next 2 weeks. If you're Newcastle right now, again, and we'll look at the standings in a second, but it's all kind of out in front of you. I mean, if you take care of business, keep winning games, you're going to be in really good shape when the postseason comes around.
Well, absolutely. Next couple of weeks will decide. I really do believe that at this point, barring anything crazy, I think you're going to look at a Newcastle team that right now is easily cannot finish lower than third.
Yeah.
But do take care of business next week. Take care of 2 big guys there. One of them, because they played last night, you talk about that later, is just the big teams. And if we can hold our own, do well against them like we have against Midwest City and Duncan and some of those, I think it's shaping up to be a great playoff run with some home games for Newcastle.
100%. So it's all out in front of Newcastle. 2 more home games to end the regular season in a couple weeks. We have this long road trip. We joked about it. those 2 home games at start, and then you played 5 out of 6 on the road. No home games the entire month of October. We're getting toward the tail end of that, but there's still a little ways to go. Got to do the big road trip out to Lawton next week, and that'll be a Gene Reed special.
That's right.
Next Friday, as you two will take care of that ball game before I rejoin you guys on November 1st. Let's go ahead and look at the standings coming into play tonight. So this is obviously, again, keep in mind that Newcastle and Classen is the only game in district tonight. Everyone else played yesterday. So this is what we're looking at right now. The Highlanders are in first place at 3-0 with a point differential plus 38. Newcastle's in second. If the Racers win tonight by 9 or more, they will be in first place at the end of the night. So that's a good place to be, and if you're the Racers, we'll see if they can accomplish that. Bishop McGuinness in third place right now at 2-1 after Midwest City got them a couple weeks ago. They're in fourth at 2-2, and then Southeast, Duncan, and Classen round out the standings there at 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Billy, I mean, it's hard. You get yourself in trouble sometimes when you start to do the transitive property thing. But, we did the Midwest City game 2 weeks ago. Newcastle won that game 43-7. The Bombers since then beat Bishop McGuinness and then lost to Lawton MacArthur by a touchdown last night. And so because of that, Newcastle is in great shape because, A, Bishop McGuinness took a loss, and then Lawton MacArthur didn't beat Midwest City by as much as Newcastle did. So it's all in front of the Racers right now. They have to stub their toe, but if they keep playing well, they're going to be in really good shape, as you can see. So if you're kind of looking at doing that mutual opponent thing, you're feeling confident if you're Newcastle. Again, that's a slippery slope sometimes, trying to do that whole, well, they beat them by this, and, right. that gets you in trouble. But you got to feel pretty good about the way things have gone the last couple of weeks, both with Newcastle's game and the results elsewhere in the district.
Well, absolutely, especially we started off this year, new district, new 5A, District 1. And District 1, I think I said that right, didn't I?
5A1, yeah.
1. And so we were kind of as an unknown. We didn't know what to expect from them. They didn't know what to expect from us. I don't know that anybody really saw us doing as we have. And so now you beat Midwest City just handedly. And then you see how they're really doing well against our next 2 opponents. It does make you think that there's a real good chance. Like you said, it's all in front of us. We can take charge of our own playoff run, winning the games next week, the week after. And we don't want to overlook this game. Obviously, it's one game at a time and stuff. But you take care of business against Bishop McGuinness and MacArthur, then you're looking at a playoff run where you're coming in as a first place.
Yeah, right. And we talk about that, all the time. Every season we've been doing this. Newcastle's always made the playoffs, but to get to that next level and to set yourself up to go on a run, getting in the top 2, and certainly, obviously, if you win the district, you're guaranteeing yourself, obviously, an easier path because you're playing teams that finish lower in their district, but then also home games. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, at the end of the day, you get in the dance, you have a shot, but the teams that finish higher in their district, it's set up for them to go far. That's where the regular season matters, right? So Newcastle's in good shape right now. We'll see how things go the next few weeks, but you win by 9 or more tonight, you're going to be in first place with 3 weeks to go. Reason to be confident, obviously. So we'll see.
And you were telling me off the air just how being number 1 in this district would really help. Share that again. I can't share it as good as you did.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the obvious is, when you win your district, you get a home game to start against a team that finished 4th, so barely made it, right, in theory. And who knows how that all shakes out. But in theory, that's a favorable matchup. And then you get another home game the week after, and then you get to the semifinals. And also, I mean, the biggest thing in 5A, everyone wants to avoid Carl Albert and Del City.
Right.
They're on OSN. We know firsthand what juggernauts those teams are. If Newcastle wins the district, and there's a long way to go, first or second, though, they would be on the opposite side completely. You wouldn't have to worry about those 2 until, theoretically, a championship game situation.
Right.
So that's obviously huge. Those 2 teams, we all know what those teams are, and those teams have got D1 players everywhere, and they're machines. Avoiding them as long as possible is always a good thing. So that's another little benefit. And 5A is a little more top-heavy than normal. It's a little bit after those 2. It's kind of everyone feels kind of bunched up. So if you're Newcastle, you're kind of looking at this thing like, if we take care of business, we're going to have a path in the playoffs that we can do damage with.
Absolutely, so, absolutely. And that's exciting. Now, I don't know if y'all know this. I learn from Josh every week. But hearing some things like that, and you think about how well they're doing as an unknown at the first of the year. And again, a lot of people were very discouraged coming out, out of non-district play.
That really tough non-district play.
And now you're starting to see where maybe that has set us up for a deep run into the playoffs. You're seeing how that's set up for success even now within the district. And so there's a lot of great things taking place. I appreciate you telling me that. Made my night.
It'd be, things are looking good for Newcastle. Obviously, at the end of the day, you got to take care of business on the field.
Right.
But it's all in front of them right now, and that's for sure. And again, like you said, after that 1-3 start, the gauntlet, we said at the time, there's going to be more manageable games coming up. This schedule's really tough that they played, and you can't help but feel like they got better for it, for playing those tough games early in the year, and they're reaping the benefits of that now. And you saw what they did in Midwest City a couple weeks ago, and it's funny because I think when we left that stadium 2 weeks ago against the Bombers, I think we kind of felt it, and around the state kind of felt like it was more about Midwest City, like,
right.
They're not quite as good as maybe people had thought. They turned right around and beat Bishop McGinnis the next Friday, and were right with Lawton Mack last night at the one-score game. I mean, the Bombers are a good team. Newcastle just took care of business. So, again, it doesn't matter. You never know what can happen. It's football. It's sports. Yes. But if you're the Rangers, you're feeling good about things right now. So we'll see.
It is. You're in a good spot. And, again, I'm like you. We talked about it earlier. You want to start lauding it on. Yeah, but –
yeah.
You're scared to. It's almost kind of where we're at. It's so good, you're kind of a little nervous. So
yeah, 100%. So we're excited though for the Racers, and next step is taking care of business tonight against obviously a Classen team that's had a tough season, and we'll get into all of that here. We'll also dive into the starting lineups and all that good stuff as the Racers getting another key piece of this team back. We'll dive into that after this break. This is the Countdown to Kickoff presented by Oklahoma Abstract and Title. The Newcastle Racers pregame show rolls on after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again. We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma, because we wouldn't be a community without you.
CFD. Our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
All right, back at Moses Miller Stadium in Oklahoma City. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Getting closer to kickoff here between the Racers and the Comets. A little over 10 minutes or so from getting this thing started. Week 7 of the high school football season. Just a few weeks to go in the regular season before starting the postseason. November 15th, playoff football back on OSN. We're excited for that, but we still got a lot of meat on the bone in the regular year. Let's go ahead and get into the starting lineups for tonight's game for the Racers, presented by Sooner State Bank. You have many options when it comes to financial institutions. At Sooner State Bank, they pride ourselves on providing the level of service that will exceed your family or business expectations. Stop by one of our branch locations today to talk to our dedicated staff. Sooner State Bank, member FDIC, 212 Wright Street in Newcastle.
Injured and everything, so he wasn't around for, about 4 or 5 weeks. And so it is good having him back, watching him out here in warm-ups. He's crisp as always. I'd say he's probably one of the receivers that runs the crispest.
Yeah.
Crispiest?
Crispiest.
Routes, and just very precise in how he runs. So it is good seeing him out here and seeing him getting back into shape with this. I don't know they're going to play him a whole lot on defense, just first game back.
Ease him back. Yeah.
I don't know if they need him tonight. So,
yeah.
But it is good seeing number 4 out there.
100%. I mean, this is Newcastle. They got some other, obviously, Caden Longman's done a nice job, Schumard, but Heskew is the go-to guy in the pass game. So to get him back for this stretch run is obviously huge. So a big lift there, getting Rex Heskew back in the lineup. Great to see, obviously, after they missed him the last several games. So excited to have number 4 back in the lineup on offense. Defensively tonight for the Racers, same 11 as we had against Midwest City a couple of weeks ago. Aiden Elcision, defensive end, Taj Smith, inside Blake Allen, the big nose guard, Thomas Barbie on the other edge, your linebackers, Jackson Shaniel, Tucker Brown, safeties, Ian Barker, Zach Cragg, Trey Burchett, and then cornerbacks, Caden Longman and Alex Schumard. Billy, this Racer defense has been really good all season long. Held Midwest City just 7 points 2 weeks ago. It's a Classen team that's really struggled to score points this year. You got to think that the Racers are licking their chops tonight defensively of putting together another really strong performance.
Oh, absolutely, and I think the front seven's going to have a lot of success with them. Don't look like a real big rushing team, and so they'll have a lot of good stops. I think you'll see them in the backfield quite a bit, but I don't know that they're going to get much around them. That will free up your defensive backs and safeties. And I got to say, I've been really impressed with Cragg. He kind of plays back there, kind of that one back, and kind of watches everything going on, communicates. I've been really impressed with him. He's pulled down a couple of interceptions and may have a chance to do that tonight. If they're not having any success in the run, they're going to try the pass. That may open it up for some of those in the backfield as well.
I've been so impressed the depth of this defense because, I read off those 11 guys. I didn't even mention Preston Scagnetti. Some of these other names. You go too deep on a lot of the spots of guys who are not just can play for you, but are making plays regularly. This Racer defense can really cycle deep, and that's a huge benefit as you go later and later in the year, deeper and deeper, more bumps and bruises, more games, to be able to go that much deeper into your bench and not have a drop-off. So the defense has been awesome all year.
Been great.
You're hoping to kind of lean on that as the weather gets colder, it gets harder to throw the ball, things like that. You need your defense to step up for you, and obviously, the Racers have one that Coach Brickman and his staff feel really good about. So we'll see how they play tonight. Against a Classen team that's kind of struggled to score points. On that note, so Classen, we'll take a little look at them real quick here. Coached by Brian Kelly, not to be confused with head coach of LSU.
That's right.
He doesn't coach Classen SAS on the side. It's been a tough year, obviously, for the Comets this season. They're 0 for the year, haven't won a game. They have been shut out the last 4 weeks, so it's been a hard time putting points on the board. Obviously, it's a program that, we've done it before. The last couple of years, Newcastle's played this game and won it big. You certainly expect to do more of the same tonight. It's going to be tough, for the Racers to make sure that they, just kind of do your thing and move on. These games that are clearly mismatches on paper. The Comets have had a bit of a rough year here. There's something to that, though. Just to come out and kind of take care of business and get on to the next one. No funny business here, nothing crazy.
Right, and they've had difficulty at even the upper levels. You talk about college and pros, when they play a team that they're expected to really have success on, to either overlook them, look into another team, or even perhaps just thinking we show up and they quit. And so that's where it always kind of sneaks up. So I think the big thing for Newcastle, they've got to play their game. They're going into the next big part, the next couple of weeks. They need to be within themselves, playing precise, looking for areas they can improve now from when they were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And playing up to who they are, not playing down to their opponent. And so I think that's really important. And you tell these 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old guys, hey, play up to it. I think sometimes that's difficult for them to understand the importance of that. And so I'm hoping the coaches have really pushed that upon them. They look good in warm-ups and look good passing and everything. So That's kind of probably where I would put that right now, is just Newcastle looking at itself and how to improve itself.
Yeah, revved up after the bye, shake off some cobwebs, and get ready for this stretch run. All right, we're going to step aside here again. When we come back, we'll have the coin flip, and we'll kind of get our final thoughts in on this one as we continue to wrap things up. We're just a few minutes away from getting this thing started, so stick with us. Newcastle Racers pregame show wraps up after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back here at Moses Miller Stadium. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. We're just a few minutes away from getting this thing started. Captains are out there for the opening coin toss. Coin toss presented by Elcision Realty. Boomer and Tiffany Elcision of the Tiffany team are your local realtors with Prime Realty. Go Racers. And, of course, Aiden Elcision, one of the captains out there, along with Todd Smith, Trey Burchett, and I believe that's Rex Heskew.
I believe so.
The other captain. TJ Bradford and Jackson Shanuel waiting in the wings back there. We'll see if the Racers elect to take the football to start this thing or if they want to throw their defense out there first. We said this Comets team's had a real hard time scoring points the last several weeks, multiple shutouts in a row. And so if you're the Racers defense, it wouldn't shock me to put them out there first, get that stop, and kind of get the whole thing rolling from there. But we'll see.
That's probably what I do, is start the dominance on defense. You know, trying to establish your dominance that way. So
I think Newcastle won the toss and deferred. We'll wait for the official signal here, though. Sometimes I can get tricked by the head official. So Racers did win the toss, and they will receive. Okay. I think Classen might have elected to kick. I'm not 100% on that. But either way, we know how we're starting. Racers are going to start with the football. So Newcastle's offense will get a first look at it against this Classen defense when we get things started. One of just 3 games on OSN tonight. We hope you stay with us. It's going to be a fun one. Newcastle and Classen SAS. This has been the Countdown to Kickoff presented by Oklahoma Abstract and Title. When we step aside, we'll have the football for you. Racers, Comets, kickoff after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
All right, back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production, up top, Uriah Martinez working camera for us. We are just about ready to get this thing going. Teams have taken the field, and we're ready to see it. Racer offense will be on the field first. Like I said, just 3 games on OSN tonight. Lawton Eisenhower and Piedmont, and Del City and Will Rogers also on our network tonight. A lot of games last night for Thursday Night Football all over the state. But we got a Friday night game here, so we're glad you could be with us, hanging out on a pretty nice but getting a little bit chillier by the minute.
A little
here.
crisp.
Pretty breezy. It feels like football, though. It feels like, late October, the games get more important. Has that vibe.
Well, and if you've listened to us over the years, these are the nights we look forward to it getting to. We have those hot ones, and it seemed like the last couple of years it went from really hot to freezing, and so this is just that nice chill.
We have like one or two of these where it's just kind of nice. Oklahoma, it kind of goes summer, fall for a week maybe, and then winter. Right. So we're in that little fall enjoy it for the next week and a half until it drops off a cliff.
That's right.
So the opening kick presented by First United Bank. First United Bank, with over 80 locations across Oklahoma and Texas, is a family bank in every sense of the word. Family owned and operated, built on family values, treating you like family. Spend life wisely. Member FDIC. Back to return for Newcastle. Caden Longman, and I believe that's Schumard on the other side. They're way up at about the 20-yard line, so expecting a pooch kick here, evidently. That's a scouting thing.
Yeah. I think you may be right.
Doing the kick for the Comets is Brandon Doe, sophomore, and he's going to go with an onside kick out of the gates, and the Comets touched that way before 10 yards. I didn't see a flag, though.
No. Looks like they're just going to call it down right there and make it good.
All righty then. I mean, he touched it before 10 yards. Off to a hot start. So the Racers will take over on the plus side of the 50, so really good field position to open up their first drive, and quarterback Jackson Shanuel. This Racer offense, Billy, has kind of had its growing pains early, but it seemed to have kind of found its footing, man. Getting T.J. Bradford back in there 2 weeks ago just seemed to unlock everything.
Well, and you don't realize what all he did for the team. I mean, the other running backs coming in did a good job, but watching him come back, he's just been dynamic and just a playmaker since the time he stepped in.
So much fun to watch, and he's back in there right alongside Jackson Shanuel in the backfield. Good to see Rex Heskew back out there as well, part of the three-wide set. On this first offensive snap of the day, Shanuel will roll out to his left. He's got Bradford in the flat. He's going to go ahead and fire to the far side, looking for Longman, and it's knocked away. Surprised he didn't jump it off to Bradford there. He had him right in front, but took the shot to Longman, and it was broken up.
Yeah, I think everybody was surprised, us and everybody on the south side of the ball. I think everybody was expecting a run right there, and they didn't go with it.
I think that was Carlos Parks, freshman, who broke that up, I believe, for the Comets, number 8. Got his hand in there. So it'll be 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Bradford deep back behind Shanuel. He'll fake the handoff and keep it. Shanuel bounces off to the right side, inside the 40, and there he goes down the sideline. Jackson Shanuel, cutback move in the red zone, still keeping his feet up. He's going to score! Touchdown, Newcastle, 47 yards by the QB.
That was a great run, and I don't know who that linebacker was, but he was in the backfield, almost took the handoff if he would have given it to Bradford. So that was a good pullback, good read option. He took it around the right side, hit some good blockers over on that side. Some of the linemen had made it down to block for him as well, and a great run, a 47-yard touchdown by Jackson Shanuel.
Great look at that on the Eric Ledoux State Farm instant replay. Dedicated team is committed to helping you find the perfect insurance coverage for your unique needs. As the extra point was a penalty there. Yeah. Whether it's auto, home, or life insurance, we're here to provide personalized quotes and guidance so you can navigate life's roads with confidence. Call for a free quote today, 405-392-3992. Eric Ledoux State Farm, who brings you the instant replays all season long.
Yeah, they had encroachment right there on the far right side of Classen.
So a do-over here on the extra point. So in just 2 plays, the Racers go 47 yards after the incomplete pass. Extra point is up and through for Pfeiffer. And the Racers off and running. A 47-yard touchdown run by Shanuel gets it started. Racer defense on the field next after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
Back at Moses Miller Stadium in Oklahoma City, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Kickoff here from the Racers will go into the end zone as the Classen offense will take over after a 47-yard touchdown run by Racers quarterback Jackson Shaniel. Good look at this Racer defense for the first time. Our first quarter sponsor, by the way, Chris Dumm, Allstate Insurance. Chris knows what life is like here in Newcastle, that you choose your car and your home to fit your lifestyle and your budget. He also knows how important it is to do the same when it comes to insurance. He looks forward to getting to know you and helping you find the solutions that meet your needs. Call him today at 405-392-2390. So here comes the Comets offense, quarterback by Josh Corbett, junior signal caller, against this Racer defense. 1st and 10 from the 20 after the touchback. Pressure coming on Corbett, and he is wrapped up and sacked.
Fumbled.
Ball came out and scooped up. Touchdown, Racers. Burchett picked it up. I think that was El Sitchin who poked it out, and Burchett scoop and score.
Man, what a great way to start for the defense as well. He tried to come around that side, and I don't know if they were going to pass it or what, but when he stopped, he got run over and knocked the ball out and just kind of scooped by Burchett, taken into the end zone.
Wow. So, 24 seconds in, the Racers are looking at a 2-score lead. Unbelievable play as El Sitchin just blew that up, poked the ball out, and Burchett able to clean it up. Extra point is right through, and it's 14-0 Newcastle in a blink.
Wow.
You can't start a football game. Other than maybe that first down play, you can't ask for any more than that.
No, and boy, we always say get off to a fast start.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we could get off to a faster start.
You couldn't.
So
yeah, you couldn't.
Great job. Great job by the defense.
We talked about, this Classen offense has obviously been struggling, and this Racer defense has been really good all year long. And sure enough, first play, blowing that thing up would have been about a 10-yard loss if he had held on to it.
Right.
But the fumble happens, and then Burchett able to be right on Johnny on the spot, takes it in for his touchdown.
Well, and you got to speak a lot to Burchett's hands. I see a lot of players trying to do that and kind of fumbles and slips and kicks, and it looks like they're running on ice. He just put his hands down. It almost bounced right into him and just walked it in.
So 30 seconds in, Racers with a 2-score lead, doing what they were expected to do so far. Long way to go, just getting this thing started. So the kickoff will be handled here by Madrano, who has filled that duty all year and done a really nice job for the Racers. Lots of touchbacks, which is not a given in high school football by any means. This one's booted down the middle of the field. It'll be fielded inside the 10. So an opportunity for the Comets to return and a big hit down just past the 25-yard line. Looks like that was...
Yeah, it looks like it's Carius Parks.
Parks again. Yeah, we saw him break that pass up earlier, so involved early. And the Comets will take over on about their own 27-yard line.
Now, that was a good kick. I think they wanted to give it a chance. I would say be careful in watching them in film. Some of their best success has been on kickoff returns.
Right.
And getting out to about the 30, 40-yard line. So it was good to catch them back behind the 30.
So another opportunity here for Corbett and this Classen offense, whose first drive obviously didn't go according to plan. 1st and 10.
Ooh.
And Racers look like they jumped. Didn't call it, though.
Wow.
And that's all right. If you're the Racers, I believe that was 88, Antonio Brown. If he didn't touch anybody and he gets back, it's not a penalty. Corbett takes a shotgun snap. He'll fire, passes caught, and blown up. A huge hit by the Racers there. That was 22, Zach Cragg, who you talked about in pregame, has been playing some good football. Big pop there.
Playing real good football. You can tell the quarterback was ready to get rid of that ball, and it's smart of him to get rid of it, if he's holding it for 2 seconds, he's going to be going down wherever he stands. So that was good getting him out of there.
So the pass was complete to Parks, but he paid the price. It's a short gain of about 2, maybe 3. Call 3, 2nd and 7. 2 running backs in the backfield next to Corbett on either side of him. 2 receivers. High snap. He'll give it to Parks. Burchett there to blow it up. Breaks the tackle, though, but then cleaned up in the backfield for a loss. Let's see. For the Racers, I think that was 41 Thomas Barbie, I believe.
I believe so.
Or Matthew Lowe. Oh, no, that's Fletcher, isn't it? Jaden Fletcher's 41.
Jaden Fletcher. Yeah, that was good. Good pursuit. They got back there, and I got to say that was good of the running back right there, kind of throw off that tackle.
Yeah, that first tackle break was very nicely done.
We don't see that too often.
But it ends up as a 4-yard loss, and so it'll be 3rd down and 11 here for the Comets. See what the Comets could do here in obvious passing situations. It feels like not the spot you want to be in against this Racer pass rush. Corbett will fire. It is caught for a short gain and knocked out of bounds by Schumard. That was Mitchell on the catch, number 2. For a short gain, it'll be 4th down. The Comets will have to punt.
Well, that was a good pass, getting it out in front of him, trying to get as much yards. Got 6 right there. If they hadn't lost the yards before, they'd been close to a first down. I do believe number 1, we have a player down here on the sideline not dressed out for Classen. Number 1, according to film, he's been their quarterback. So you got to say number 12, Corbett, in there at quarterback, doing a pretty good job against this Newcastle defense.
Yeah, Mark Claiborne, a senior for this Comets team. You're right, in street clothes, as they say. So not dressed out tonight. Classen will punt it away. It's a line drive. It'll bounce just in front of the 50 and be fielded on a hop by Zach Cragg doing the punt return here. And he runs through some arm tackles, Zach Cragg, and he's down inside the 40. All right, big return by Cragg, and the Racers will set up shop inside the 40-yard line.
I think that's the first time we've said that, returned by Cragg.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He hasn't been doing that duty. Did so well there, though.
Yeah, did real good. Caught it off the bounce, which the coaches are always gritting their teeth on that one. Took it back to the 38-yard line, so that was pretty good. He looked pretty good in there running.
So Racers offense back out, already with a 2-score lead, looking to tack on some more. Quarterback Jackson Shanuel, 3-wide set, or 4-wide actually. The one snuck in at the top there, almost missed, blended in.
Those on the sideline.
Yeah. 1st and 10. Shanuel takes a shotgun snap, back to pass. He'll step up and fire down the middle of the field. He's looking for Schumard, and he just overshot him, but there is a flag down. Looked like he had a handful of his jersey.
He did. They were kind of hand jostling, which you don't see a flag thrown for that, but when you saw the number stretch, you knew that's what it was.
And probably a good penalty by the Comets because it looked like Schumard had a step on him. And if he had let him free run, that might have been 6.
It would have, yes.
So the penalty will move the Racers up just on the outskirts of the red zone. Already leading at 14-0, a little over 3 minutes in here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Glad you could be with us on a Friday night.
Really impressed with the number of fans from Newcastle that are out across the way there.
Oh, yeah. Racers fans always travel well. First down run for T.J. Bradford, his first carry of the night. And he'll pinball forward for a yard or maybe 2. Not much room there. Well defended there by the Comets.
Yeah, that's number 22, Oscar Rojas, that came in there. They're having real good with just that one kind of that Viper back that kind of getting in there in the backfield, disrupting it a little bit. But,
even on the Shanuel touchdown run, they blew up the handoff. It was really just a heady play by Shanuel to keep it. And obviously house it from there. 2nd down, Shanuel will throw far side, and he just missed his man, Schumard. Don't know if that was miscommunication on the route or if he just missed it. It was kind of I don't know. It was a little of an unusual-looking play.
It wasn't just a sharp up and out. I think that he was expecting. It's more kind of what they call that, a wagon wheel kind of around out that way. So
it doesn't take much to throw those off. I mean, if the quarterback's expecting 8 yards and over, and the wide receiver runs 10 yards over, that's enough. And look like that might have been what kind of happened there. 3rd down. Caden Longman fake on the jet sweep. Shanuel right up the gut, and there's tons of space, and he'll score. 24-yard touchdown run, the 2nd of the night for big quarterback Jackson Shanuel, doing it with his legs.
Well, he wasn't touched for 24 yards. He ran right up there. You got to give it to the line blocking. Receivers taking their men out of there, the safety out of there. It looked like there were a couple of receivers down the field ready to start blocking for him, and he just runs it right up the gut, his second touchdown.
So Shanuel had a 47-yard run earlier, tacks on a 24-yard scamper there. Extra point from Pfeiffer is up and through on a breezy night in OKC. And with 8:01 to go in the first, it's all Racers. 21-0 on the top of the Comets. We'll take a timeout and be back. Racer defense back on the field on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again. We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Back here in Oklahoma City, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Fast start for Newcastle, 21-0 on top of Classen SAS. 8:01 to play in the first. 2 touchdown runs for quarterback Jackson Shanuel.
Yeah, he's already pushing 100 yards, I think. Getting close.
Be. Just on those 2 runs alone. Madrano's line drive kick will get into the end zone, so another touchback for Madrano. And the Comets will bring it out to the 20.
Well, it kind of looked a little slowed down there at the 3-yard
well,
line.
that real grass. It doesn't skip off that real grass like it does the turf.
That's right. I thought
Racer Stadium.
Thought a racer was going to catch up to it there.
That'd be unbelievable.
I know.
Boy, it's really unbelievable. You know, this Racer offense, the rushing attack with Bradford. When defenses have to respect that, and then you add what Shanuel can do with his legs, obviously just a big bruiser who's got speed. That's really tough on defenses to have to handle. And you're seeing that tonight. So far, it hasn't been Bradford. It's been Shanuel with his legs.
Well, and I think the respect they have to show him is what's causing it.
Right. Got a flag here. It might be 12 men. That's exactly what it is. 12 men on the offense, and someone will have to come off. So a 5-yard penalty on the Comets. Not what you need. Offense obviously struggling to move the football and getting self-inflicted wound there. Back them up.
Well, and I'm looking forward to seeing they're coming out with those short passes, see if they come out with a few more of those. There are 3 wide receivers.
1st and 15. Corbett takes a shotgun snap. Pressure off the edge from Burgett. Does a good job to run around him. He'll pump fake once and run forward. Hit from behind. And a gang of Racers will corral him after a short gain. Good job by Corbett just to get something out of that after Burchett came just free off that edge.
Boy, he did. He was running right at him. I got to tell you right now, I'm impressed with Corbett how he got around Burchett like that, running and broke 1 tackle and then ran into about 8 to 10 arms.
You can tell the Racers are being very aggressive defensively. They're offering some extra pressure on Corbett, trying to force him into making quick decisions. Did a good job there, though, all things considered. Makes it 2nd down and 11. Interesting formation here. Everybody's bunched up right near the line. Good job catching the snap. Handoff to Parks. Blown up. Ian Barker was all over that.
Yeah, I wasn't going to make it around the corner there. I think Newcastle's got way too much speed to try and run something around the end.
It was also to the short side of the field, too, so there wasn't really anywhere to go over there. Good job, though, by the Racer defense just reading that one all the way.
Yeah, lost of 2, it looks like.
He's on the 22-yard line. Got to get to excuse me, not 22. He's on the 18-yard line. Got to get to about the 30. So, yeah, call it about 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13. As we near the midway point of the opening quarter, Racers in command right now, 21-0 here on the road. High snap, and that man he had a wideout. Looked like he was not set quite there. Corbett doing a good job, too, on these snaps. He's had a couple of snaps really be high and wide to his left side, and he's just palming it with the left hand.
He is. I'm telling you, he's doing pretty good after watching video, knowing it wasn't that, he wasn't the starter. And so he's doing a real good job getting those. Those are tough. We've seen a lot of that false starts when they go in motion, because just leaning forward, it will get you a false start.
So 3rd down and 18, we'll call it now after the penalty. So 2 penalties on this drive for the Comets on this set of downs. Corbett will roll out to his right, some pressure coming. Barker, he flung it. Is that a fumble or a pass? They're going to say it's a pass. Incomplete. Ball came shooting forward. I think he tried to shuffle it to the running back there, which was Oscar Rojas, fullback. But it falls to the turf here in Oklahoma City, and it'll be a complete pass, and the Comets will have to punt out of their own end.
And that was scary, but maybe a good decision for him, as he was just straddling.
He was right
there.
about that goal line,
Yeah, so that was probably a good sign for him to kind of get rid of that ball a little bit. Now, I wonder if Newcastle's going to be coming or they're going to let him kick.
So 4th down, Classen with a man running on late here. Snap skids in, punt is off and bounces at the 40-yard line. Cragg will let it go by, and it'll roll out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Unbelievable effort there at the tail end by the Comets.
He's either going to hit somebody or cover that ball.
That was Tyshawn Rogers, who was flying down the field.
Man, fast.
So the Racers will take over on their own 49-yard line. 5:42 to play in the first quarter here in Moses Miller Stadium. Can't see it on the broadcast just because of the angle of the field, but they got blue lights in the stands on both sides. I don't know if that's supposed to mimic Classen, like the colors, or if it's just one of those things. I don't know.
I don't know.
Kind of like it, though.
It is. It's kind of darker in the stands.
I'm sure you can't see in the stand. I'm sure if you're out there, you probably can't see what you're doing.
Well, they keep it dark in the stands. I guess all attention to the field.
Yeah. 1st and 10 at the 48 is where they put it. Fake the handoff. Shaniel back to pass. He's going to fire down the middle of the field. He's got a man. It's just over the outstretched arm. Intended target there was Graham White. Not a name we said a lot this year.
He had a couple of steps on him, just a little bit farther going there. And I'll just tell you, I was small enough. I always was receiver when we played pickup games and stuff. It's hard not to just keep running when you see that pass coming. And almost you start to pause a little bit. And they're seeing a few overthrows, and I wonder if it's a little bit of that pause as he's throwing.
So 2nd and 10. They've taken a couple shots down the field, haven't been able to connect. They'll fake the handoff. Shaniel's going to just keep it. He's been really good with his legs tonight, and he's doing it again. Pinballing his way. Running over guys inside the 30. Cutback move. Big Jackson Shaniel causing havoc. He's down near the red zone. A huge run again for the quarterback.
Great run by him. And just shaking people off. They're grabbing him, and he's pushing them away. Got to give it to Doe right there, number 19 for Classen. He just wrapped up his legs, figured he can't run without him, so finally got that tackle down there.
So the Racers down to the 22-yard line. Shaniel takes the snap. Going to fire near side. Passes off the fingertips of Elcision. Like he was maybe a little bit of that run before you catch it sort of a thing. Pass goes incomplete.
And Classen's kind of confusing the front side there. They had 3 people in the backfield. You got to give it up to Bradford, who came across and did a block right there, keeping him off of his quarterback. But right through the hands of Elcision.
So 2nd and 10. Misdirection handoff to Bradford to the right side. Tons of space. Cut back. TJTD. 22 yards.
Yeah, you got to get, again, just untouched. Coming from the 22-yard line. Great blocking down the field. You saw Schumacher. Oh, they got a flag. Looks like it was holding against Newcastle.
All right, didn't see that, so it looks like this run for Bradford's going to be coming back. Boy, that misdirection play, I know it was a hold there, but the misdirection handoffs, we saw it against Midwest City a few times, has really been a successful play for the Racers, but obviously the hold there will wipe it out. Looks like it was down the field because they're still going to gain yards on this.
Yeah, I think it was down there, maybe one of the receivers blocking down the field.
Well, we're into the red zone for the first time tonight, believe it or not. 21-0, but first time in the red zone, the Trinity Restoration red zone. 2nd down, jet sweep, touch pass to Longman down the right side, breaking tackles, reaching for the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Caden Longman.
Wow. Man, that was good, just tap dancing down the sideline. Good, just the end around.
I think that goes in the books as a pass for Shaniel. He kind of did a little touch pass. I'm gonna put that in the books as a pass.
Well, I think whatever it was, whether it's a run or a pass, it was a great call. They've got that speed that it didn't seem like Classen has, getting it around that corner, but you got to give it to the blocking down the field, doing a real good job blocking tonight.
So a 17-yard jet sweep, touch pass, touchdown for Longman. Extra point is punched through. And with 3:40 and counting, clock is ticking here at Moses Miller Stadium. It's 28-0 Racers on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, back here at Moses Miller Stadium, 28-0 Newcastle. The touchdown, again, I'm putting it in the books as a pass. A little jet sweep touch pass to Caden Longman from Jackson Shaniel, 17 yards out, and it's 28-0 Racers. Kick is away here. It'll bounce at the 10 and be fielded on a hop. I think this is Corbett doing the return, and the ball came out at the tail end, but it's going to be recovered by the Comets. Don't often see the quarterback back there returning kicks.
Yeah, I know. You think that's where usually the biggest hits take place.
Yeah,
I don't know that
scary.
I want my quarterback back there.
Definitely scary, but obviously Classen operating with missing a key piece already, and so it's a smaller roster for the Comets, so probably a little bit of a necessity.
And a comment towards the special teams for Newcastle. You're seeing them going after the ball a lot more on special teams.
Very aggressive. Just in general, defensively, you're right, special teams just being very aggressive, trying to force turnovers, and successful so far. Obviously, see the clock ticking a little bit. Would imagine some liberties would be taken with the clock in this game, as you would imagine. Racers leading at 28-0 here as we get into the later parts of this opening frame. Corbett, handoff.
Ooh.
And getting blown up there was Triton Wallace, senior. Came around that edge, and he just saw a wall of black and blue ready to blow it up.
Yeah, you saw number 21, Scagnetti, just running right at him.
And he's had a tremendous year.
Yes.
Preston Scagnetti, one of the breakout players of the season for Newcastle.
Every week they have an award called the Hammer Award, and he's won it a time or two.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds perfect for
the Hammer.
Preston Scagnetti. 2nd 11, they say he lost a yard on that. Man in motion there is Malachi Ross, number 15. He's on the near side. Corbett takes a snap. He's going to fire over the middle. Pass is caught. Actually had a quarterback change there. That was Hezekiah Mitchell, number 2, who came in and threw that pass. So we've had a quarterback swap here. Sophomore Mitchell with that pass.
Yeah, that was a pass to Rojas. You got to give it to him because he knew he was right between two Newcastle
that was not a bad throw.
Linebackers there. And got that, held onto it, just went to the ground. Good job.
This is really probably the most manageable third down the Comets have had. 3rd and 6, we'll call it, with a minute and a half to play in the opening quarter. Mitchell with a hard count, and he'll check with his sideline. And now we have whistles here, and I think Classen might have taken their first timeout. And so we got a timeout on the field here. 28-0 Newcastle leads it. Billy obviously can't ask for much more for Newcastle. Defense has been flying around, creating negative plays, offensively running the ball at will. You got yourself a 4-score lead, which is what we talked about. I mean, obviously it's been a tough year for this Comets team. They've, suffered some painful losses the last several weeks. If Newcastle just kind of come out, take care of business, can't really argue that's what they've done so far.
Right, and just play within yourself. You've heard us say that in the past, but to play within yourself tonight really is sharp. You think 3 offensive touchdowns, 1 defensive scoop and score.
Yeah.
And they've been playing good, keeping them in track, keeping them in front of them. I don't think they've had a first down yet.
No.
And maybe this is where they're going to come as close as they can. You've only had one series start in your own end of the field, which was the 49.
Yeah.
And so
the field position battle has been friendly.
Yes. And so it's just they're looking pretty crisp, looking pretty sharp.
So 120 here, and the Racers' defense will come back out. Face off with this Comets offense, looking to get their first down. So this is Mitchell still in a quarterback, so they're getting the sophomore a look here. He's got 2 running backs, 3 receivers set on this 3rd down and 6. Man in motion. Mitchell takes the snap. He'll fire down the sideline. Lawman had a beat on it, but the pass a little overshot. Looking for Tyshawn Rogers. And it will go incomplete. It's a 3-and-out for the Comets. Once again, they'll have to punt with Brandon Doe.
Tell you what, there's some good size there on Rogers. I think if that would have been a little closer to the sideline, that may have been a pretty good jump ball between him and Longman. As it was a little too far out of bounds, but it was a good shot. I think that's the deepest shot they've made all night, isn't it?
Yeah, took a shot down the field. Certainly don't hate it.
Nope.
Classen, down big, offense struggling. Why not? See if you can't maybe even draw a penalty at the very least. So Doe will punt. High snap. He'll get it away. It'll be come up and fielded by Heskew. He got hit, even though he called a fair catch. Ball's on the grass. I think Oscar Rojas just simply never saw that fair catch signal. He blew up Heskew, although the ball hadn't got there either. So no matter how you slice it, that's a penalty in 2 ways.
Well, and watching him, I think his eyes were on the football, not on him marking fair catch.
Yeah.
So he's watching it come down, and then he just pops him.
So it'll be a penalty, and the Racers will get it up into the Classen side of the 50. Good to see Heskew back out there returning punts. Not good to see him taking hits like
That's
that.
right.
First game back.
That's right. That one probably caught him by surprise. Welcome back, Rex.
Yeah, I think any comments you had left, you just shook them off right there. So the Racer offense will take back over here in the late part of this opening quarter. And they're going to go ahead and wind this clock as they're going to keep trying to keep this thing moving. Racers obviously out to a big early lead. Shanuel and the Racer offense back to the field, starting at the 38-yard line here at Moses Miller Stadium. Three receiver set. Bradford, the running back, next to Jackson. Low snap. He'll roll out to his left. Bradford in front of him. He'll fire far side passes. Caught by Longman. Breaks one tackle. Gets down the sideline. K. Longman, comeback. He fumbled. Scooped it up. And he's inside the 10. What a play by Longman. There's a penalty down on the near side, although it didn't look like the Classen sideline was a fan of the call. It does look like it's coming back, though.
Well, I don't care. You probably saw it there on the replay. Just a
what
great
a play.
Run.
It bounced
cut.
right back to him.
Oh, man. It reminded me, it's like a Stanley Wilson bounce from the old OU games. But, just too bad it's coming back.
So, wipe that out. It was a long catch and run for Caden Longman, who's been such a dynamic playmaker for the Racers this year. Kind of just that Swiss Army knife type of guy. I mean, he runs the ball, he catches it, he can play quarterback for you. He kind of just everywhere. But that one wiped out. First quarter clock is winding down. They might get another snap off here. 5 seconds. They will. Shanuel will throw, and it's right back to him. Longman makes the first man miss. K. Longman, he's got wheels. Longman cut back inside the 20, and he's tackled down there. That's going to be a first down after the penalty. The long catch and run for Caden Longman. Get some of those yards back he lost on the previous play with that penalty. And that's going to bring the end of the first quarter. So we're after one. All Newcastle. They lead 28-0 over the Comets. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back here at Moses Miller Stadium. Starting the second quarter. First play, right back to it. Antonio Brown, the catch from Shanuel. He'll take it inside the 10 as we start the second quarter here in Oklahoma City. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production. Uriah Martinez up top working the camera for us.
And you see Newcastle, they're having positive yards, not having any negative yards, not getting caught in the backfield, and they're sending people left and right, so they're doing a good job.
First and goal, handoff Bradford up the middle, and he's in. Boy, I almost got faked out. He didn't have the ball. He just glided so easily into the end zone. It almost tricked me. So it's TJ TD from 8 yards out. Bradford's into the end zone. The Racers keep it rolling.
And this one sticks. He gets credit for that one. But, yeah, you're right. He got that, and it just looked like
Did they blow it dead? It threw me off.
There was hardly any speed getting in there. So that was pretty intense. So that was a good job.
So Bradford scores from 8 yards out. Extra point from Pfeiffer is through. And it's now 35-0 in favor of the Racers. Obviously, Billy just doing it all right now.
Yeah, and it looks like the clock is continuing to move. They may have made some comments looking to do that. But, yeah, boy, Newcastle's just looking sharp tonight. And I don't want to overspeak or make it bigger than it is, but they are looking good.
Yeah, this is one of those tough games. It's tough for us to find the right words. It's
right.
Tough. It's a clear just mismatch, and we knew this would probably be the case coming in. You look at how the season's gone for the Comets, but you want to give, like you kind of talked about earlier, you want to give everyone their due respect, come in, play hard, and see where it goes from there. But so far, everything going to script here for Newcastle as they have a big lead. Was that extra point missed, by the way?
No, I thought he made it. I thought it said good.
The board in the stadium still reads 34-0. I thought he made it too, but the scoreboard in stadium reads 34-0. Might poke our head in after on the next stoppage and clarify that.
And speaking of the Comets, they've had one touchdown this season, but they're coming in. They're wanting to fight. They're running hard, so it's good to see that.
Mm-hmm. So Madrano will kick it away for the Racers. High kick will bounce inside the 10, skip forward and fielded on a hop. And wrapped up inside the 10. Racers blowing that one up as they've done throughout this evening. That was Corbett on the return again there.
Yeah, boy, you just get nervous as a coach, I think, every time you see the ball bounce on a kickoff. But he's coming up and trying to get up forward. That was great coverage there by Newcastle. Had three guys around him when he stood up to run.
Thank our second quarter sponsor, which is Contemporary Family Dentistry. Number one goal is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Come in and experience the difference. 1117 Northwest 32nd Street in Newcastle. 405-387-9300 is where you can give them a ring.
And you just had the official telling them upstairs, hey, the field goal was good.
Oh, did they? Okay, cool. So we got it right up here in our booth. 35-0. Comets take back over. Mitchell still in there at quarterback for Classen SAS. High snap. He'll hand it off, and in the backfield, all over that, a few Racers in there. I think the initial contact, trying to scope out the number there, I think it might have been, was that Scagnetti, 21, I think was the one who got that first lick.
Yeah, he comes in like that. He does it on most downs. But I think just the timing was thrown off by him having to jump to get that ball. But, boy, looks like they're back, where they on the 3?
Yeah, that's what's tough. That's what, you've seen Coach Brian Kelly kind of, pull some hair out a few times in this game. I think that, obviously there's a talent mismatch, but Classen shot themselves in the foot a few times tonight as well with penalties, snaps, like you're saying, throwing the whole timing off. you're not doing yourself any favors in that regard. Second and long. Mitchell to snap. Pressure coming in his face. He'll fire from the middle of the field. Incomplete. Skipped in there. Pass was intended for Isaiah Nicholson, freshman tight end.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to get a hold of that. And I think you're absolutely right. When you're coach down there, you want these guys to start developing the right way to play. And it's probably is frustrating when he sees some things like that. But I do think just stay on them. You see them, they're still a pretty young team from looking here on the roster. Maybe stick together and put some things together in the next year or two.
3rd and 14, we'll call it, after the incomplete pass. Mitchell takes a snap. He'll fire far side. Picked off. Jackson Shanuel right there. He read it all the way. Shanuel down the sideline. He's going to score. Pick 6, QB1.
Wow. Man, that was just a great job. You could tell he was nervous back there in the end zone, wanting to get rid of that. He threw it to where the receiver was going to be. The problem was where the receiver was going to be was where Shanuel already was. And so he got that, and I think after that you just had a row of white blocking him out as he ran around that side.
Yeah, you kind of could see Shanuel, who's obviously a big man. He got a head of steam in. Nobody was interested in trying to stop him once he got down inside the 10-yard line. And so he takes it in. So how about the night for Jackson Shanuel? He's got 2 touchdown runs, a touchdown pass technically to Caden Longman, and now a pick 6 on defense. Not bad.
Nice wrecking machine.
Extra point is booted through. That was Gage Bell in the honors that time. And it's now 42-0 Racers here in Oklahoma City. We'll go ahead and step aside. Newcastle in command, leading it by 6 touchdowns here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back in Oklahoma City, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 42-0 Newcastle. 6:28 to play until halftime. Racers well on their way to what looks to be their 3rd straight win, and if all things hold here, would be first place in 5A1 with just 3 weeks to go. But some big games coming up. Kickoff here from Madrano will go into the end zone. Corbett smartly let that one go. Yeah. Get it out to the 20.
That was smart of Corbett. You know, he's picked up a few of those. Hasn't really had much of a choice as they just kind of died on this grass out there about the 5.
Had to scoop them at the 5 or the 10, and then by the time you get the ball, there's a bunch of racers right there ready to put a lick on you.
So I don't know if you can give the kicker a part of the tackle, but just dropping it dead at the 5 and setting Corbett up as he looks up, and here comes all these players. Been pretty sharp.
Stick with us at halftime, of course. We'll step aside and let the bands do their thing here at Moses Miller Stadium, and then we'll come back. We'll give you a few scores. Not a lot of games in action tonight, but we'll maybe peek at some scores from last night as well. Get you ready for the second half as the Racers doing their thing. 42-0 right now all over Classen SAS, getting ready for the big showdown next Friday night against Lawton MacArthur. And now it's like Classen's going to take a timeout here on offense. That matchup next week will be our first matchup with the boss, the head honcho, Eric Sharam, who of course does the MacArthur Highlanders on OSN. They're off to they're having a great season themselves, 6-1. They lost their opener to Elgin and haven't lost since then. Playing good football. They just beat Midwest City last night. And that's going to be a big game next week. I'm bummed I can't do it, but I know you and Gene will do a great job. That's going to be a fun game.
Well, and you don't want to leave Bishop McGinnis out, but you almost want to think that next week is going to be the fight possibly for the number 1.
It very well could be, yeah.
And so, like I said, you don't want to leave Bishop out. However,
Sure.
I think it's going to be a great game next week. And, yeah, I thought about calling Eric and seeing if he'd want to, put a hat on it or, something like that. But
make a little wager?
I wouldn't say – we'll call it an agreement.
A friendly I get you.
At the church, we call them friendly agreements. So
Something like that. That'll be a fun one, though, next week.
It will be.
Of course, Gene Reed, who does the coaches show for us on Tuesday nights, he'll set the table for you. That's Luigi's Tuesday nights, 6:30. Either get out there and hang out with everyone, the team, and Gene and the squad, Uriah, bringing you the coach show, eat some great Luigi's. I've been missing Luigi's. I haven't been at Racer Stadium in over a month.
Yeah.
High snap to Mitchell. He'll give it on a little jet sweep here. And a short gain ahead for a yard or two. The one home game they've had since the opener, the Duncan game, I was at town for that one, so Gene stepped in. So I haven't been to the Racer Stadium in weeks and weeks. And I'm still a couple more. I'm having my Luigi's withdrawals, I guess you could say.
I bet so. Yeah, it's going to be, 6 weeks? It's kind of weird.
Something like that. Yeah, week 2 to 9.
Yeah, so.
7, I guess.
Golly.
We're excited. We're looking forward to, if things can go the way we want them to go, having some playoff football back at Rancher Stadium this year.
Oh, yes.
42-0 Racers lead it. Second down and 8 after that first down run was bottled up. Mitchell takes a snap, pressure right up the middle. Elcision coming, he'll throw it away. That's a wise move. Aiden Elcision's coming after you full speed. That's a wise move.
Excellent move. Tell you what, I'd have done the same thing, sir. I probably would have followed the ball after I threw it.
But that's enough for me. That's enough for me. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 after the throwaway.
Well, and you're just seeing the Newcastle defense just kind of playing smart. They're not overplaying it. They're not running out of the play and things like that. So that's going to be really smart come future games, especially next couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to the next game, too, playing in Cameron. I've never been to Cameron Stadium.
Been out there a few times where the Lawton schools play. We used to do our season preview show out there as 3rd and 8. Pressure coming on Mitchell. He'll throw this one away as well. We did our season preview show out there a couple of years before we started doing it up here at Carl Albert ahead of their big scrimmage, which this year Newcastle was a part of. It's a nice stadium. A lot of history there, and all the Lawton schools play there. Obviously, Cameron University plays there, and Cameron is where we have our OSN banquet at the end of the year and things like that. So they were a great relationship with us, with OSN. Eric's got a great history and relationship with them. So it's a cool place. I look forward to you guys getting the chance to do the game there. Nice booth, nice cushy booth.
That's right. I'll take that.
It should be a great game. So 4th down, we'll have to punt this away. Doe's punt kind of gets caught up in the wind here. It'll bounce at about the 38 and go backwards and be down to the 36.
Well, that was just a knuckleball. I don't know if you can see it on camera in the air. It didn't spin. It didn't turn. It didn't do anything. It just went up and orbited.
I'll tell you what, too. I mean, that punt maybe notwithstanding, Brandon Doe has done a pretty nice job, the punter for Classen. He's had to deal with a lot of kind of herky-jerky snaps, but for the most part, he's done a pretty good job at flipping the field as best he can. That one, though, like I said, I think I kind of got caught up in the wind a bit. This has been the season of wind. We've had almost every game has been quite breezy. This game, no exception.
No, and I think he had to hurry it up. You saw as soon as he kicked it, there were about 3 or 4 Newcastle Racers right there at his feet.
So we're near the 2-minute mark here in this first half. Racers already up by quite a bit. Looking to add to it. Shanuel. He'll give it to Bradford up the middle. Bradford bouncing off a couple of guys. He gets a gain of about 4 or so.
Thanks, Jeff. You can tell it looks like they did a lot of film and keeping Bradford from really running away from him. They're doing a pretty good job keeping him bottled up.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I still think he's going to break out a few here and there, but they're doing a real good job of keeping him bottled up.
2nd down. And a couple of comments will jump off sides here. Kind of a delay. I think like the 2 officials on both sides kind of look at each other like, you calling it? You calling it? Am I calling it? And then they both called it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Guess I'll throw my flag.
That's right.
5-yard penalty makes it 2nd down and short inside the 30. Clock continuing to just tick down here. So see if the Racers can get in the end zone again before the halftime buzzer sounds. Fake the handoff. Shane will fire on your side. Schumart. He's got a block here. He's got some room. Inside the 20. Schumart inside the 10. Going to the corner. They're going to say he stepped out at the 5. Credit, though. That's a great play by Schumart. Want to make sure to give the big man his flowers. Garrett Pratt had the big block there that sprung that whole play.
Yeah, he almost it was like going in motion after the snap and came out and hit that guy right as he got the pass.
So the big bubble screen gets the Racers into the red zone, the Trinity Restoration red zone, which we haven't actually been in that much because the Racers have been striking from far. And let's see here. They don't have to snap it again. You don't see teams often kind of take mercy in the first half. I don't think they're going to do that. Okay, it looks like they are going to run a play here. 20 seconds. Probably only one shot at it, though, with the running clock. Shanuel, handoff Bradford, and he runs over a guy, and he's in. TJ, TD, touchdown Racers from about the 5-yard line. Bradford's got his second of the night.
And they just keep running it up there. That's going to take us to the halftime, it looks like. They'll kick the field goal, and then it'll be halftime. But, yeah, Bradford just running up there, and again, looking almost effortless as he was running through there. Didn't take a lot of speed and such. So that was good. Good on the alignment. It all starts in the trenches, and you can tell that they're blocking real well tonight.
So Pfeiffer on for the extra point to make it a 49-0 score at the half if he can punch this through. And he does just that. So that takes us to the half, and Newcastle doing what you'd expect. 49-0. It's all Racers here at Moses Miller Stadium. Billy, I mean, it's one of those games. You know, it's obviously it's a mismatch. Racers doing what you expect to do, taking care of business, and a big lead here at the half.
Well, and I know a lot of people wonder, why would Brickman keep the players in there? And so I was talking right before the game. He does not like getting his players out of routine. And so I don't know. I'm sure there will come a time when they will have some in. In fact, I believe it's a different
I'm sure
four
as we go deeper into the second half, you'll see some of those guys start to take a rest.
But he doesn't like giving them a whole lot of big rest because he's afraid they'll just kind of run out of or get out of routine with that. So
the Racers lead at 49-0 at the break. A bit of an abbreviated halftime here. They're going to go 15 minutes at the half here, so it'll be a little bit of a shorter halftime. Bill and I will step aside. I honestly don't know where the band's going to perform. Racer Band is here. If they perform, you'll see it. If they don't, we'll obviously rejoin you here shortly, and we'll get you all set for the second half. 49-0 Racers lead it at the end of 2. Halftime now here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
Alrighty, back here at Moses Miller Stadium. We are just moments away from getting the second half started. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Racers in command, up 49-0. Billy, before we get the second half started, you got a few scores. Not a lot of games, like we said. It's a pretty thin slate overall, but a few scores of games going on right now.
Yeah, some of the scores I think you might be a little interested in. Number 5, Piedmont at Eisenhower. Number 9, beating them 27-7.
That game's on OSN.
On OSN there, can catch that. Booker T. Washington, 14-0 over East Central at halftime going on there. Looking down here, you got Kingfisher, 35-0 over Star Spencer. So handling things. Here's one that kind of caught me off guard. O'Keene up there in the northwest. O'Keene is beating Canton in the second quarter, 54-0.
Wow. Okay.
And so they're squeaking.
Not real familiar with O'Keene.
Yeah, the Whippets.
The Whippets. Wow.
They're the Whippets, I believe. So they're doing real good up there. Got Purcell losing to North Rock Creek. Shawnee, 14-0 over Durant in Shawnee. Got Sapulpa blanking out Ponca City in Ponca City.
Chieftains.
And so that's going good. And then some of the scores from last night, I think we went through all of those.
Did you say Del City? I know they're up by 40-something. I kind of peeked in. That's our other OSN game.
Del City over Will Rogers. They're 49-0 at halftime.
Yeah, that's about same boat we're in. Yeah. So
yeah.
Del City and Carl Albert, obviously both OSN schools, both in 5A. They're good.
Yes, very good.
Say much. So we're going to start the second half here, Billy. Normally this is the kind of spot where I get a key from you. Obviously, you're up by 50. It's really just kind of more get through this thing healthy and get on to the next one, right?
Right, and I think you're right. I think his philosophy on that, keeping the routine going. There's that line you got to stay right there by. You don't want to keep the routine at the cost of a good player. They've already struggled with the injuries the first part of the season. So to kind of keep the routine, but then also at the same time bring in some other players, let some of the young ones get some time with that, let them get some playing under their belt.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure they're going to probably do the running clock through this. So I think right now just keep it crisp, keep trying to be better than you were 2 weeks ago.
Second half kickoff presented by First United Bank. As you ready to kick off this second half, our third quarter sponsor is the Oklahoma Electric Cooperative, OEC, taking high-speed fiber where no one else will. No contracts, no fees, just a good connection, bringing you the power of high-speed fiber services to your door. Check them out at oecfiber.com. Medrano boots it away. We're underway in the second half. This kick will go into the end zone. Mitchell's going to field. He's going to bring it out. No. He looked like he planned to.
I think he wanted to for a half a second.
He thought about it. But they will call that a touchback, and the Comets will bring it out to the 20. And the clock will roll, so it's probably be a pretty speedy second half. Appreciate everyone being with us. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production, Ryan Martinez up top working the camera. Friday night football. These Friday nights are, becoming scarce, so we want to make sure we soak them in while we got them. 3 weeks left in the regular season after tonight, and then it will be postseason time.
Doesn't it feel like this season has just gone like
it always zips. Yeah, it always zips. The college football season, the second half for Oklahoma, OU starts tomorrow. Oklahoma State plays tonight, by the way. They're up in Provo tonight. That's a 9:15 kick, Central Time kick.
Might be crisp there, too.
Oh, it'll be crisp. First down as they start this drive for the Comets, down 49-0. Still Mitchell at quarterback. We saw Corbett earlier. Pass was caught over the middle. Tackled down. That was Cragg on the catch. Oscar Rojas, who pulled that in. Cragg on the tackle, should say.
I'll tell you what, I've been really impressed with Rojas. You know, he's been their primary target in the past. And he's staying in there, catching that ball and taking some licks for it, knowing he's going to get the licks.
Right.
So that's really a compliment to him.
Give him about 6 yards on that. Makes a 2nd down and 4. Newcastle leading it 49-0 here on OSN. Look to be well on their way to a 3rd straight win and a spot in first place in District 5A1. Handoff here. Bounce to the left side and wrapped up and blowing that one up. A great play defensively, as was Barbie, the starting defensive end opposite of Aiden Elcision, all over that one, as Nathaniel Graves, freshman running back, just had nowhere to go.
Well, as we've seen all game, they'll have a good 5-6 yard and then get tackled in the backfield, lose about 3 or 4 there. And they're seeing, I mean, you're seeing the defense with their ears pinned back, just getting back there as fast as they can to get either the run or to mess up the pass play.
And Classen does not have a first down tonight.
Nope.
And that's a big part of it. Why? I mean, you saw a solid first down play, picked up 6 yards, but then it's just hard to avoid the big negatives, and you had one there. So now 3rd and 9. Mitchell takes a shotgun snap. Pressure coming from his blind side. He's going to have to get rid of it. He got popped. Pass goes out of bounds as Barbie was in the backfield as well. I think the one who laid the lumber there for Newcastle defensively was Johnny Shawn, number 32. Not a name we said a lot this year.
No.
Came and blew that play up.
It looks like there's some of those players they're sending in and out, rotating there, and Shawn would be one of those. We haven't really said 32 too awful much.
So 4th down, we'll see what the Comets like to do. Like Doe's going to go ahead and come out there and punt. Cragg back to do the honors on the return. We've seen them work Cragg in the punt return game a little bit tonight. Done a pretty good job.
Yeah, done real good.
They've been kind of moving guys in. We saw Heskew out there for a bit earlier. This is a line drive punt. I don't know if it was partially blocked. It's on the field after it was hit off the leg of Burchett, but he's able to get back on it. That was a funky-looking play, and the Racers will, after all that, have it at the 25.
Wow, and that they're lucky to get that back because after it hit him, there was a Classen player right there by it. Could have just jumped on it himself.
I couldn't tell if it was partially blocked. I don't know. That was a strange-looking play. But nevertheless, Racers get it at the 25, and that's or 26. Looks like that's where they're going to put it. We'll see if the Racers still have their ones in on offense or if they go ahead and make some moves. In fact, that'll happen eventually. And it looks like they are going to go second unit here offensively. So we got a quarterback change. In at quarterback is Ashton Schumard. The running back, Ruben Rendon Zamora. And I'll see a slew of replacements at the wide receiver spots as well. Schumard takes the snap. He'll fake the handoff and run. Schumard showing off the legs there. Zips forward for about 5.
That was good job. I really knocked it off balance there at the hike, and so I think he probably wanted to give it to Zamora but couldn't get it to him. Something I was impressed about is big number 74 was out there halfway down the field. Garrett Pratt was still blocking down there at about the 15-yard line.
He's the one who had that big block earlier that sprung that bubble screen. So he's not often we give the offensive lineman the big shot having a big game, but he is. He's doing work out there. Pass on the flat is over the intended target. That was Corbin Brewer. Just kind of sailed on him. Did Schumard. Incomplete pass. 3rd down coming up.
And I'm looking forward. I want to see how they do against Ruben. Big number 25 right there. If you haven't watched him run before, he ducks his head down and it runs real low.
Yeah.
And it's quite a load to try and bring down. So we'll see if they go back to him to pick up these 3.
3rd and 3, just inside the 20, the Trinity Restoration red zone. Newcastle already with 49 on the board, looking to add some more. 3rd down, Schumard will throw. Pass is caught by Brewer inside the 15. He cuts back across the field, and it's blown dead. He was running into the end zone, but there's a flag down right on the near side, but the 20-yard line, so that play never even happened. I didn't hear the whistle.
I need to keep looking to see what they're going to call.
Well, that's against the Comets, looks like.
Oh, wow.
So it must have been maybe encroachment before the snap. I didn't see a signal, but obviously they mark it off against Classen, and that's going to be a first down.
It is encroachment. It's kind of weird at this level. You're expecting to let the play continue, but at this level that they stop it.
Yeah, depends. I didn't notice it in
I didn't either.
live action, but
maybe it lined up offside.
Yeah, possible. Racers will take it, though. First down inside the 15. Schumard will fake the handoff and keep. Right up the gut. Schumard to the goal line. Touchdown. The QB run game continuing to be a major factor for the Racers.
Oh.
A huge block all the way back behind the end zone. Flags are flying everywhere.
Wow.
Meanwhile, it's a 14-yard touchdown run for Schumard. And the Racers have put up a 50-burger here at Moses Miller.
Yeah, it looks like there's some tempers going on out there. I saw Ledoux with a real good block back here behind. We'll see what's going on there. There's a player down for Classen in the end zone, so we'll see what happens here.
The touchdown should count. It should be after the play.
That's what it looked
like.
Yeah,
there was a block took all the way into past the end zone to that big patch of, there's obviously a track here as well.
Right.
They probably do what over there?
High jump or something.
Yeah, something like that. That little patch of that hard track surface. That's where that play wound up. I mean, that's 5 yards past the back of the end zone back there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, I don't either.
Last thing I saw before I looked down at my notes were he was just wide open, untouched into the end zone, and all of a sudden everybody's there.
So there's an injured player for the Comets that they're attending to in the end zone. Hopefully he's all right. We'll go ahead and step aside here. 4.5 to go in the third. 55-0 Racers. Waiting for the official call on this, though. And we'll get it on the other side of this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
All right, back in Moses Miller Stadium, Josh Calley, Billy Collier. So the touchdown will count for a Schumard. 14-yard run. It was unsportsmanlike on the Racers after the play. And so the 15 yards should go on the kickoff, I believe.
I believe so.
But the touchdown run for Schumard, got to see him show off his legs a little bit on that drive, and he capped it off. Just saw Shaniel run 2 in earlier. Now the backup quarterback comes in and runs one elm with Schumard.
Well, and they're letting some of those players get in there and get some time.
Yeah.
And you have the linemen in there. They're playing and such, and so probably is just kind of having to feel each other out and kind of get some of the temperaments under control.
So Bell on to kick the extra point here. Racers already with a, obviously, big lead here, 55-0. Looking for more. Extra point is through. And it's 56-0 Racers as the clock continues to run here. It'll tick down near 4 minutes to play in the third.
Wow. Well, that's good. I really like that, bringing in Schumard, kind of running that in there. Giving them some time in there and still seeing that success. That was some good stuff right there. Looks like they may have a good chance to run one back, which is where they've had their success this season.
Yeah, has been really good at the touchbacks, but he'd have to get into one here because, they're going to mark this back. Normally you kick it from the 40, so it should be the 25. If where are they spotting this thing?
Looks like a 35. Unless he turns around and keeps walking.
No, that's where they're going to have the Classen guys set up is the 35.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be the 25, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, we were watching Medrano kicking field goals of 40 and 45.
Yeah, at halftime he's booting them.
So, of course, we're talking, getting it down to the 25-yard line maybe.
Yeah.
So,
if he touchbacks on this one, legend status.
That's right. That will be on a TV channel. So
SportsCenter Top 10. So Medrano will come out and do it. 56-0. Clock continues to roll, so we're under 3 minutes to play in the third here. But you're right, Billy. The Comets will get a look here And this Classen team has been a tough year, but they've got some athletes. Get them in space, make something happen. They'll have that opportunity here. So Madrano ready to boot it away. We fielded by Mitchell. Oh, he booted it. He's able to scoop it at the 20, and he's wrestled down and tackled. All over that.
And a flag.
The tackle was by Centaurio Boykins, number 1. But there is a flag.
Yeah, it looks like there was continuing blocking down here after the play at about the 47-yard line of Newcastle, so that'll maybe tacked on. That's an excellent boot, though, man. Get him all the way back to the 20.
Yeah. Madrano's got a big leg.
Yes.
To say the least. And so, the penalty will go on the Comets, so that's tough. I mean, obviously it's 56-0 already, so you're looking for things to take with you. After you get a personal foul and the other team has to kick it from their own 25, you're going to end up back deep in your own territory still.
10.
Yeah.
15, yeah.
Just one of those things that,
and
drive you crazy as a coach. Yeah.
And I think, with the young players, this is a good time the coach to talk to them and say, hey, this is where you've got to keep your head in the game.
Right.
I am really hoping that they keep some of these players together and get older and see what they're going to do here in the next year or two. I think they'd be a pretty good team to deal with if they can keep them together and keep coaching them.
So the Comets will start on their own 10-ish. I think that's about where it's spotted. Kind of hard to tell amongst the bodies. Handoff. Oh, it's poked out. Ball on the turf. And it's going to be recovered by the Comets as Graves had it poked loose, and he's able to get back on it at their own 2.
Wow.
That was almost another defensive touchdown. Rakers already have 2 of those tonight. Almost had a third.
Man, that was close. In fact, it was close to being down in the end zone. That's what I was thinking because he knocked it backwards.
Safety, yeah. So it'll be second down and a lot from their own 2-yard line. Got to get up about the 22, so about 20. Mitchell in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Pump fake once. Pressure coming over the middle. Incomplete. Schumard almost had a beat on that. Go incomplete, and that probably will end the third quarter.
Well, I don't know who it was, but number 1, I believe it was. That'd be Boykins.
Yeah.
He came in and just jumped as high as he could.
Yeah, gave him nowhere to go.
Kind of stopped that throw.
So that's going to end the third quarter. Teams will flip ends of the field. Comets will be backed up deep in their own end when we start the fourth. 56-0 Newcastle after 3. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again. We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Back in Oklahoma City, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production, Uriah Martinez up top working camera. We start the fourth quarter. Our fourth quarter sponsor is Focus Federal Credit Union. Drive your dreams with their competitive rates and flexible terms for more than 69 years. Focus Federal Credit Union has continued to deliver innovative products and services to our membership about all things financial by anticipating needs and delivering exceptional member service. See them at their Tri-City branch, 1097 Northwest 32nd Street in Newcastle. Member FDIC. Now we have another flag here right at the start of this fourth quarter. Coach Brian Kelly looks upset about something. Of course, if you're Classen, you can't really back up much more than where you're at. It's going to be a delay of game. That's what they're going to call here.
Wow.
All right.
I thought I saw 2 players moving at the same time, and I thought maybe he was calling that. But
So that'll back them from the 2 to the 1, making it just that much more tough.
Well, especially as Newcastle's been going at it trying to block these punts.
Yeah. So 3rd and 21 from the 1 for Mitchell in this Classen offense. 4 wide, no running backs. Mitchell, he'll go and just take it and fire. And it'll be,
wow.
Was that caught? Yeah. It was. What a play by Tyshawn Rogers with the jump ball catch. And the Comets get their first down of the night, Billy, on 3rd and 21.
Wow.
That's sports right there in a nutshell.
That was
all the plays to get a first down, 3rd and 21 on your own 1.
Man, that was just a great throw.
That was a good throw.
Great catch. Caught it up at the height of the jump. And that was something I was wondering about all day. You'll see the height of him in comparison there to Armstead. And he's got probably a good 6 to 8 inches.
That was well done. Great jump ball and a great catch. So first down for the first time tonight for the Comets, and now we have a flag on the next snap. I see a false start signal. I think that's what the official on the near side motioned. Isn't that just so perfect, though, of not one first down all night, and then they get it 3rd and 21 on their own 1. That is just sports in a nutshell right there. It's just kind of one of those things. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh. Unsportsmanlike.
I'm not sure what's going on out here. It's getting weird out here.
Well, he said unsportsmanlike, and he pointed towards the sideline.
We have a coach. I'm not sure if that's head coach Brian Kelly or not, so I don't want to misidentify. But we had a coach, I think, just get booted for Classen, and they're backing up now.
Yeah. Fans are not happy with that either.
All righty. These are getting a little squirrely in this second half, Billy.
A little warm.
Halloween's coming up. It's getting spooky out here.
The colder it gets outside, the warmer the players and coaches are getting. Wow.
So 1st and 25, I believe, after the penalty. Mitchell takes a snap. He'll go and fire. Why not? Try it again. This one's going to be incomplete. Boy, Boykins with a huge hit on Rogers. He's slow to get up. The pass was initially broken up. It looked like getting his hand in there was Blake Armstead. And then I think Rogers still had a shot at it, but Boykins came in and just laid the boom.
Well, and if you want to think of jump ball, boy, you got there number 5. He's got some major height on him right there.
Yeah, we don't have measurements on our.
Right.
But he's got a good height on him for sure.
So that would be an excellent one to throw there for a jump ball, but there were just a couple of Newcastle players right there, and I think they just collapsed right on him. So
it was a clean hit, by the way, from Boykins. It looked like shoulder on shoulder, just a big hit. One of those. Hopefully, just if you're Rogers, kind of suck the wind out of you a little bit. Right. He's on his feet over on the sidelines. Hopefully, nothing major there.
Well, and he's been doing a lot of their long ones, so he may be winded along with the hits.
Yeah, I had that great catch just a moment ago on the first down. 2nd down and long. Mitchell, pressure coming. He'll step up in the pocket.
Nice move.
Yeah, he'll take off, breaks another tackle.
Ooh.
Big block. And driven out of bounds there for the Racers. That was Colton Bradley, number 10. Forced him out.
Looked like his big number 75, Tate Vaught, came back and just gave a little rattler there to number 18 for Newcastle, Carson Davis. Good block right there, close to being one of those cutback blocks, but did real good.
So 3rd and long coming up here for the Comets. Final 8 minutes from Moses Miller Stadium. Racers will take over first place in 5A1 after tonight's game. Good feeling. Got to finish it, though. 3 weeks to go. Some doozy of ball games coming up, starting with Lawton MacArthur next week. And Billy and I will glance ahead to that game on the post-game show. So stick with us as we wrap it all up here from OKC. 3rd and long. Mitchell back to pass. Will fire over the middle. Incomplete.
Ooh. I was looking at another collision right there.
Yeah, that was looking like one was setting up.
Yes, was not going to be pretty there with Graham White. It was good job, just a Incomplete, brings up fourth. What was that, about 18, 17?
Something around there. Punt, that's what I know.
Yeah, that's right.
Doe will boot it away.
Or a pass,
Why not go for, yeah, I mean, you got 3rd and 21 already. Why not?
That's right.
So Doe will kick it away for the Comets. Racers will take back over. Can't tell who that is back to return for the Racers. Can't quite see the number.
I think it's Craig.
That would make sense. He's been doing it a lot of the night. He's set up on the 40.
They had him come up.
Line drive. Bounce in front of him. It's actually fielding on a hop here and tackled at the 35. That was actually Corbin Brewer.
Okay.
Back doing the honors there. And so the Racers will take over as we near the midway point of this 4th and final frame. Well, Billy, I mean, if you're Newcastle, this is kind of, you're coming off the bye. We talk about the benefit of the bye being so late in the year, the chance to rest up and get some guys back. And then you compound that by the fact that most of your starters only played a half tonight. This has got to be the most fresh Jeff Brickman's ever had a team going into late October. I mean, this has been really nice to have a bye and then a game like tonight where you can rest guys.
Oh, absolutely. And I think they'll enjoy. There goes Zamora.
I think Rendon Zamora, big run here for a first down. Go ahead.
I think you're right. I think they're very rested. I think one thing you might be worried about is coming off a bye, facing this team. Does it really prepare you for going up against MacArthur?
Sure.
I mean, no disrespect, but the lack of competition tonight, going with them, getting them ready for that big run between the next 2 games. But I think this is probably the most rested going into the playoffs. They're not going to be too tired.
We're at the middle. Rendon Zamora again. He's out near another first down, so they're into the Trinity Restoration red zone with about 5 minutes to go.
Yeah,
I mean, you would just think that, late in the season, typically by this point, guys are, they're beat up, maybe getting a little tired. Typically by now you played 5-6 weeks in a row. And for the Racers, they're coming off a bye, and most of their starters got to take half this night off. So probably as good of a place health-wise as you could really be at this point.
And a tip of the hat to Brickman. I think it was a very good idea having the hardest games. Oh, there we go.
And Schumard able to get that in. So a second rushing touchdown for Ashton Schumard, having a big night. Punches that one in from about 15 yards out. And the Racers keep it going, now over the 60 mark. And they lead at 62-0. Second touchdown run for Schumard.
Well, and that was an excellent job. He just handed it off to Zamora 2-3 times. So he fakes the handoff to Zamora. They all collapse on him, and he just runs around the end and scoots up in there for a touchdown. So good job for Schumard.
It's unbelievable, too. 62, and I got a penalty on the extra point. But expect to be 63. It's been all on the ground. I mean, you had the one touch pass that goes in the books as a pass, like I said, but really it's a glorified running play. It's been all the run game tonight. They've just ran it at will.
Well, and I think you can just look out there, the size on size. I mean, when you're looking at that, you're going to run it, dare them to tackle you. You saw in those last 2 runs by Zamora that it was taking 2 and 3 guys to get a hold of him and drop him. And so it was just good idea, just come out and run.
So the false start in the extra point backs him up. Christopher Perez, the lefty kicker, will spin that one through. And it's 63-0. The Racers have used a medley of kickers tonight, and they've all been pretty good. They've all made all their kicks. Madrano on the kickoff, well documented, has been great as well.
Yeah, they have been. They've been real good. And they've used, 4 different ones, place kickers and kickoff.
Pfeiffer, Bell. We just saw Perez, and Madrano does the kickoffs.
So it's been really neat. It's almost like you don't know, and they're all ready to go out there and kick again. They're ready to get this going.
Yeah. The clock continues to run. Obviously, just keeping the clock moving here at Moses Miller. We're into the final 3 minutes. And again, we'll wrap it all up in the post-game show. We'll look ahead to Lawton MacArthur next Friday night. Going to be a big one. All OSN affair.
Well, if I can finish my thought, a tip of the hat to Coach Brickman. He wanted his hardest games to be out of division. I think he succeeded. I also think he did a very good job in preparing them to come out and play in district, not so much deer in the headlights and kind of knowing what they can do against good competition. So I just want to give a tip of hat to him.
100%. And I after the games, not tonight because they did it on Thursday night, but often the franchise prep scoreboard show, and I tried to say at the time when it was 1-3. Newcastle played a really tough schedule. This team's going to get healthier. The schedule's going to get more manageable. They're going to start racking up wins. And that's what's happened. Going to be 3-0 in district play. Certainly in phenomenal shape to make the playoffs, but even beyond that, in really good shape to maybe get yourself a home game to start the postseason. Corbin on the kickoff return here, nowhere to go. He's tackled down inside the 20. Racers kickoff coverage has started Classen deep in their own end pretty much all night.
All night. And what hasn't started them deep in their end, the penalties and things have backed them up as well, too.
Right.
But, yeah, I think one of the things that impresses me when you watch the kickoff team for Newcastle, everywhere pretty much stays in their lanes. I see a lot of times in high school they'll play out of their lanes or they'll all run to the football and leave lanes open, and they're all staying pretty close to just staying right there in their lane.
So into the final moments here of this one, Mitchell back out on offense for the Comets, who trails 63-0. Hand off here to the right side for Graves. Not a ton of space, but he does fight forward for a few.
Yeah, that was good, getting up there. In fact, I think how many yards did he probably pick up there? About 3?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think he has a good job. Glad to see him back in there.
Final minute here of the ball game. I give Billy Knight credit tonight, too. The tension in here. For those who don't know, Billy, big Cleveland fan. I'm a big Yankees fan. They're playing right now. CS, excuse me.
Yeah.
We didn't let it affect the broadcast, though. I think we kept it professional, even though we're going to fight as soon as this stops. Run to the right side for Graves, out near the first down marker. Might be their second first down of the night. I think he might have got there.
Well, and I'd say that's a real good one. That wasn't just one of those heave-hoes. That was a good run. And, yes, you're right. I've been a Cleveland fan. Well, did I ever tell you how I became a Cleveland fan?
I don't think so.
You heard that movie, Major League.
Oh, the movie's awesome.
Watched that back in the day, and, back with Sandy Alomar Jr. And,
the end of that movie, the final game, is maybe the best final game in any sports movie.
Oh, yeah. And just how they came together. Looks like they're going to let it wrap up here.
Yeah. But anyway, we kept it. It's on in the booth. We're checking the score, and we didn't let it. We kept our composure.
We're professionals here,
Look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back here in Oklahoma City, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier wrapping this one up. Racers dominate their way 63-0. Billy, not a whole lot to say here, obviously. Racers, we knew coming in, it's been a tough year for Classen. A lot of their games have looked like this. And Newcastle playing good football, so we figured it probably would go this way, and it did. So credit to Newcastle just kind of coming in, taking care of business. On to the next one.
Well, we talked about it before the bye, having that game, get the rust out, get the cobwebs going.
Right.
And I think this was a good one to come out here, did that. My hat's off to this Classen team. They haven't given up. You see a little fire
Still
there.
Still playing hard. It's tough.
Playing real hard. Something that I noticed, I was looking back on the district games. We're now 3-0 in district. But if you look, the closest game that I think we have had has been, what would that be? Oh, man.
The Midwest City game.
Yeah, that's
probably
it.
For Newcastle, 60-7. 43-7, 63-0 tonight, yeah.
And so you're really looking in district like we haven't just barely beat any teams. Now, again, we're coming up on the 2 tougher teams for district, but I really am impressed with how well they've established themselves and their dominance within district.
Right. No, 100%. It's been excellent so far. And I'll say, again, respond to the 3-game losing streak with now 3 straight wins in blowout fashion. Vibes are good right now for Newcastle, playing good football. Next week, huge game. Lawton MacArthur going out there to their place at Cameron. That game is going to decide a lot. I mean, we'll see how things play out the rest of the way. So we'll have another big game the week after against Bishop McGuinness, so you don't want to overlook by any stretch. But you're feeling like, as of now, those are the 2 teams that have kind of separated themselves at this point as kind of 1 and 2 in the district. And so obviously it goes without saying that the winner of that game is going to feel really good about things to win this district going into the postseason. That's going to be a heavyweight fight next Friday.
Yeah, those are the only 2 teams standing in their way. Midwest City, good team, has beat some people afterwards, but Midwest City is not standing in their way at this point. Those are the 2 teams standing in their way, and I can't help but think that MacArthur is just drooling right now, because I think they felt that Bishop McGuinness was the team that was in their way, and now with them with the loss, I wonder if MacArthur is thinking it's our chance, and they're going to come out with a little bit of fire as well.
100%. That's going to be a really fun game next week.
Great game.
I'll be stepping out for that one, but Gene Reed will join you for that game next Friday out there in Lawton. Should be a great one, and I'll be tuning in. I'll be checking in to see how it's going. And, the winner of that game with 2 weeks to go is going to feel like the district is theirs for the taking. So to win it and get that 1 seed going into the playoffs, which is huge, 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 obviously. Going to be fun. Be sure to tune in. Coach's Show, Tuesday night, 6:30. Gene Reed will be there. Set the scene for, we'll wrap up this one and set the scene for that game against Lawton Mac, and then that'll be next Friday night, and we'll get ready for the home stretch after that. Just 2 games left back at the Castle to wrap up with Bishop McGuinness on November 1st and then Southeast on November 8th. That's it. We appreciate you tuning in. As always, Racers dominate this one 63-0. Their 3rd straight win. Go to 4-3 overall, 3-0 in district play. For Carson Wade on the production, Uriah Martinez up top running camera. My partner, Billy Collier. I'm Josh Calloway signing off from Moses Miller Stadium. The Racers 63-0 over Classen SAS. We'll see you next Friday from Lawton. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.